All right, everyone, welcome back to the Sketchy and Fast Sweatshop. It is hot out here, buddy. But today we're going to replace the tires on this 85 Honda Aero 125. I'm doing the rears right now. I did the fronts earlier, and that wasn't too bad. The hardest part was getting the rim back on that little tab um, for the fork there, right in there. That was just a pain in the butt. But for the rear, man, these things are crazy. It's a lot to take off. I had to take off the battery bracket, muffler, shock, swing arm bracket, the brace, nuts and bolts, all kinds of stuff. But I was finally able to get it off. And these rims are actually in really good shape. So I got new tires, new valve stems, and all that stuff. But I'm doing this to make it safer for when I sell it. I think a buddy of mine's wanting to buy it. I mean, it's a really nice scooter. I'd love to keep it, but things just sit around here, and I just ain't got time to ride everything. So I might as well let him enjoy it. So let's get started. New valve stem. Just put a little, I put a little Windex on it. Maybe. There we go. And then a little cutout here is where it's facing. And then don't do what I did on the first one. I had trouble getting both beads on, and I forgot to replace this. So I take it back apart, pull it off, put it back on. So, all right, let's put the tire on. All right, you want to make sure if you got directional tires, make sure they're going the right way. Let's get out of here. Find your arrow rotation, and this goes in like this on the bike, which rotates clockwise, so I know I'm right. And I just spray the crap out of it with Windex. Ow. Come on now. And try to take as small as bites as you can. Makes it a lot easier. Come on. Come on. There we go. I try to get both placed first. That way, because at the beginning it does like to slip. And the first one I had to actually use, never done it before, I had to use the brake clean trick and expand the tube because it didn't want to expand like it should have. Since it's tubeless, it was collapsed. So if we're lucky, we'll have to do it again. We'll get to see some fire. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh man, did I do that? That's a bummer. Please tell me that was like that before. Well, I think I just bent the rim a little bit, but I'll get a piece of wood and try to straighten that back out. Man, I hope I didn't do that. But I think I did. So I don't think these tires have been replaced. So that's a bummer. But it should still hold air. Like I said, I'm going to get a block of wood and tap on that and try to get it back straight. All right, well, I was able to straighten it out. Had to make some marks here, but I tried to use a little wood block, but it is too soft, and it actually turned out, I don't know if you can see that or not, really good. And all I did was take these ball peens here, take the smaller one, this radius right here, and just went along like that and just whack the crap out of it. And then I come back up here, hammer this down, and then just go back and forth till I was happy with it. And it turned out really nice. So I got lucky there. I just don't see how I did that, because I used the same amount of force on the other one, but I did whack my thumb pretty good. So, all right, let's get some air in this thing. We'll see if it'll take air. If not, then I'll have to use some brake clean like I did on the front tire. All right, brake clean it is. Well, that worked. It's hot. It's hot. Come on. Come on. Don't drop. This is a joke. This is hilarious. Hope y'all are laughing, because I am. It was so stupid. I knew that's why I didn't want to do it, but it's on. This little. All right, well, that's it. All right, let's get this on the bike. Oh. All right. I inspected the brakes. Everything's good there. It's got plenty of meat on them. There's no grooves in it. Everything's good. I'm going to put this back on. Let's take a step back. Clean all this up. We're going to put some grease on it. All right. Now the wheel can go on. The spacer. I don't know how many Ugga Duggas this took, but I know how much it took to take it off, so I had to use this thing. No movement side to side. We're good. Just rack it back on. Header bolts. That's done. Now it's time to replace the variator weights, gasket, belt. To do that, I got to take This, I got to take this little plastic piece off. I think, like I said, I've never done a scooter before, but take this off, take this piece off, so I can get to these bolts. Well, actually, you can get to the bolts without, but you can't pull it all the way off. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, got this little side piece off. Just the bolt here, here, and here. And that cover came off. There's just 4 bolts and then one little screw right here for some reason. And got all these bolts loose. I had to take this pipe off. It's a little stuck, so what I did is I just grabbed a little pick and went around it, and it came right off. So that's dirty. Oh boy. All right. I don't know which one to take off, or I don't know. This is where I think this is where your clutch is at. Belt don't actually look in bad shape at all. There's not any cracking on it. Like I said, it's the original belt that I know of, so looks to be in decent shape. Question is, how does this thing come off? Just like that, I guess. Seen on some forums where, I guess from the factory, these are oiled, and if they sit for a while, the oil can gunk up and allow the weights not to expand. So I'm hoping that's the case here. I'm hoping I just got to clean it up. Like I said, it won't go above 40, and this factory is supposed to do 55, 56. So hopefully I can take these apart. Hopefully that's the issue. But I don't know. If not, then it's in the carburetor, because I did a compression test on it. It's about 135. So I don't think it's down on power. I think factory is like 170 something. So, all right. Let's tear into this. All right. They sound like they're moving, so. And I was looking on the service manual, and it said that just to apply just the slightest coat of grease, and that's not the case here. So maybe this thing was serviced. I don't know. But that doesn't look like a light coat of grease to me. Well, I'm going to clean this up. Get some used gas or some stale gas and clean this up, put in the vapor blasting cabinet, and I'll get back with y'all. Everything cleaned up really nice. Like I said, I've read where some use grease, some don't use grease. And if you do use grease, use a little bit, and that just seemed excessive to me. But everything cleaned up really good. And so we're going to put this back together. And also, I guess when you put these weights on, wherever you put the first one on, just continue that all the way around. So if the lip is here, you're going to do the lip facing that way all the way around. So I'm going to try it without grease first. And if I need to, I'll add a little grease later, because they say just a light coat. But then, like I said, some say don't. Well, I figured it'd be easier to try it dry with no grease versus add grease and take it off. So yeah, this O-ring did expand a little bit when I was cleaning it. I guess the gas or the brake clean expanded it, so I dried it out a little bit, but I might have to do it some more. I'm actually going to take this O-ring and sit it out in the sun for a while, and hopefully it dries up all that chemical on there. And I will see y'all when I put this on the bike. I was able to shrink that O-ring just a little bit, because once you introduce, I think it's the brake clean, it expands it sometimes. So what I did was I just left it out in the sun for a little bit and let all that chemical just evaporate, I guess, and it shrinks it just enough to where you can get it back on the bike. Already put the clutch on, slid that on. New belt came in today. All right, well, I had a malfunction, had the new gasket on, and I was testing everything while it was running, and it just caught something and just shredded the gasket. So that's my fault. Kind of figured that something like that was going to happen because it was just flapping there. So, all right, well, that's it. I'm going to button all this back up, and I will see y'all when it's all back together. All right, everyone, that's it for the scooter. This was just a follow-up video, just replacing all the stuff that's been dried out over 30 years, I guess you would say. You know, because I replaced the tires, replaced the valve stems, replaced the belt, variator weights, and the gasket that I screwed up. But that's my fault. But the OEM one wasn't bad enough to where I didn't feel safe running it. And this has actually turned out to be a really nice little scooter. I think my buddy's going to enjoy it if he buys it. And if he does, then I'll keep it for a while, and then I'll maybe sell it next season. I don't know yet. So, but for the time being, I'm going to enjoy it a few more days. And if y'all haven't seen the revival of this in the previous video, I appreciate y'all if y'all wouldn't watch that. And I want to thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.